Are people with blood type O less prone to suffer from COVID-19? And does blood type A make people more prone to COVID-19? Let me first start out by saying that people of all blood types can get COVID, and people with all blood types can possibly die of COVID if they get the infection. But based on several different studies, it looks like people with blood type O have less a chance of getting infected, and people with type A might have a higher chance of getting infected. Data from China was the first to show ABO blood group association with COVID-19 infections. The researcher Zhao and others compared ABO blood groups of controls from the general population with over 2,100 COVID patients from 3 hospitals in Wuhan. Across all 3 hospitals, blood group A was associated with a higher risk for COVID compared with non-blood A groups, whereas blood group O was associated with a significantly lower risk of infection compared with non-O blood groups. And there's another study done by Andre Franchi in Italy and Spain. And in this study, they looked at DNA samples from 1,980 COVID patients who were hospitalized for respiratory failure. And this study produced similar results. But what about severity of illness? So does having the blood type O make someone less likely to have severe illness compared with the type B or type AB or type A? Well, Zhao and others looked at case fatality rate, and blood group A was linked to higher mortality compared to blood group O. And interestingly, the association of blood type is not explainable by other risk factors like obesity, diabetes, and high blood pressure. Recently, there was a study published by the personal genetics company called 23andMe regarding evidence that blood type plays a role in COVID-19. So if you don't know, 23andMe is a company that sends out personal genetics testing kits to people who are interested in finding out their genetic history and or their predisposition to certain genetically transmitted diseases. According to their website, they did a study based on over 750,000 people. Their preliminary results suggest that O blood type appears to be slightly less susceptible to contracting the virus. But the question is why? And no one really knows, but there are a lot of hypotheses. So blood type is determined by genetics, and the genes determine the specific proteins on the surface of these cells. These proteins then have specific sugar molecules that are added onto them. They exist on our blood cells, but also other types of cells as well, like epithelial cells. People who are blood type A carry A sugar antigens. People who are blood type B carry B sugar antigens. People with O blood type have neither A or B sugar antigens. What is the significance of this? This means that the immune systems of people with type A develop antibodies for B antigens. People with type B